It's here, fellas. It's fucking here. The Great Booty Depression of 2030. See, a lot of you guys are thinking that you're getting free sex and you think there's no repercussions. And in the words of Kratos, there is consequences for killing gods. Listen, there's consequences for fucking free sex. The sexual revolution, there's going to be a consequence to pay. You damn heathens, you damn fucking scallywags, top gays. There will be a price to pay for the sins of our forefathers from the fucking 60s, 70s during the sexual revolution. See, let me explain. We got to start back from the beginning of the story. So, back in the 60s and 70s, we had this giant movement known as the sexual revolution, where essentially the baby boomers said, well, everybody should be liberated to have sex wherever they want to, and they basically let all hell break through. And so what that did is it allowed guys to get like the best of both worlds. They got to eat their fucking cake and have it too. So if you talk to the guys back in the 60s, 70s, they basically would have 3 or 4 women who would basically treat them like they are husbands, give them all the sex they want, all the good treatment, everything they could ever want, look good, sexy, and everything like that. And the guy didn't have to take any responsibility for it. And everybody thought it was cool and dandy. Everybody's taking drugs, smoking weed, LSD, getting high as fuck, and just enjoying life, enjoying the fucking post-boom of the World War II and going to Vietnam. But guess what? There is always a reverberation. There is always a fucking trade-off for everything. See, life works in the way of a flow, like a fucking cyclical cycle. And when one thing go up, things go down. So guys were back then getting basically the treatment from 3 or 4 different women as if they were a husband, but they were doing no work as a husband. So basically we had the rise of the players and all this other fuck shit. Because we basically said, oh, fuck the family. And this is also during the rise of feminism. And as a result, we now find ourselves in this fucking crazy ass dating market that is just fucking fucked. And this is the result of the fucking the sexual revolution. And now what I think we are headed to now is known as the Great Booty Depression of 2030. So as you guys are well aware, by 2030, according to most experts, I believe 50 to 60% of women in America or in the West will be single, unmarried, and childless. That's dangerous, folks. It's fucking dangerous. Never before have we seen such a fucking situation looming that we are doing nothing about. This is basically like an asteroid that's about to hit the West. And essentially, this is going to cripple the West because we've already seen this in China. When China and Japan, they entered this thing where like they did the one-child policy. And now China's in this fucking terrible situation because everybody decided to have boys. And there's not enough women to basically complement the boys. And most of the boys end up being losers, doing escapism. And as a result, China and Japan's, their economy is now crippled. They don't have enough people to take care of all the old people. And basically, they're in a bad spot. And we are looking towards the same thing. And I've been paying attention. See, I work as a handy guy. And I'm in the belly of the beast. I'm seeing all this shit live and in person. And so I've been getting to notice some trends. I begin to see things that are very spooky, very canary in the coal mine type situations. And what I've been getting to see is women, as a collective, they are tired of purposeless sex. Women are now tired of sex. They're tired of it. They're tired of being used as fucking sex dolls. They're tired of fucking no commitment. They're tired of not knowing where a relationship is going. The anxiety is through the goddamn roof. We have seen an uprise in women becoming alcoholics, women using drugs, coping in various mechanisms to higher forms of tattoos, which are all like anxiety-laced things that people usually do. And this is not good because men have allowed a lot of bullshit to go through. See, we like to have our fun, but we never want to take responsibility. And as a result, we are now experiencing what is the beginning of the Great Booty Depression of 2030, where women collectively shut down and they say, we're not doing anything anymore. We refuse to comply. And fuck you guys. You guys have been pieces of shit. You've been treating us bad and you have not checked your brethren. And I'm going to tell you some trends and some signs and things that you should be able to watch out for. And you probably, if you look out in the world, you probably see it. So one of the things that is definitely stuck out to me is the rise of the dog mom. The rise of the dog mom is a very serious thing because now we have women who have essentially said, I'm done with guys. And they said, I'm so tired of dealing with these guys. All these men are dogs. Which they are kind of right. Like most of these niggas do act like dogs. You guys are some booty smoothie ass fucking pander ass niggas for booty. And women have basically said, look, I'd rather have a dog than deal with a fucking man. I don't give a shit. Like, I much rather deal with, if I'm gonna deal with a fucking animal, deal with a dog. I'd much rather deal with my dog that I don't have to fuck than deal with this dangerous, fucking irresponsible, loser ass guy who gives me the goddamn ick. And the only reason I'm with him because he looks good and he gives me a temporary fucking happiness. Not even happiness. It gives me a temporary relief that at least I got another person. But he's so fucking dumb, so inhumane, that it just makes me still feel either more alone because now I'm in the home with this guy. And if you guys ever heard about the saying, I can do bad all by myself, women, they take principal stands on these type of things. Women do not deal with icky guys. They don't like it. It fucking it burns their soul. And the only time they'll ever deal with an icky type of guy that gives them the ick is when they're in desperate situations. But for the most part, if a girl is single, childless, she's not dealing with the ick. She's like, I'd rather just wait until I find a real man, and I don't care how long it fucking takes. I'll fucking sit around and just waste away. But anything's better than dealing with these fucking terrible relationships and being hurt, losing trust, and risking my sexual health because this guy can't keep his goddamn dick in his pants. So if you look around, the rise of the dog mom is another clear indication. And if I live in Austin, Texas, which is like home of the fucking dog mom. Everywhere you go out, every woman has a dog. All of them, they all got dogs. And it's quite a sad thing to look at, just to see a bunch of sad ladies with dogs. And I don't wish them bad. Like, I actually feel great sympathy, great hurt. Because you niggas are not taking these women seriously, and you're not giving them a chance to fucking prove themselves. And then you guys want to do the boyfriend-girlfriend thing so you can kind of escape culpability or escape reality. So if it goes bad or you do some dumb shit, you don't lose out. And that's the thing about marriage. Marriage forces a man to take responsibility for his household and to behave in a civilized manner, because she could take half your shit. And I think she should get half your shit. If she's going to dedicate her life and time to you, she should get half your shit if you fucking misbehave and you fall back on the deal that you agreed upon. And that's why it's so important early on to talk and to have real relationships with your girl. Secondly, we're going to start seeing the rise of promiscuous women going celibate publicly. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Summer Rae, some promiscuous woman, decided I'm going celibate. I'm tired of dealing with guys. I'm tired of being used like a sex doll. I don't like it. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm out. Now, a lot of guys will be like, oh, man, that's just a cope. No. What she realized is she realized her inherent value. She realized I got a lot of love to give to a man, and I'm just blowing my back out for these losers, and it doesn't even make me feel good anymore. I feel broken. I'd rather just not even have sex anymore. Even if they're going to pay me money, I don't even want to do it anymore. And this is a very big stand. I take a lot of pride in seeing women actually like step up to the plate and say, look, I'm going celibate. Because a lot of guys need to start doing that. Now, a lot of guys are involuntary celibate, but you guys that don't actually, you guys that can actually go out there and go get you some, I recommend you go celibate or you get an escort, one of the two. But I highly recommend guys, put your dick in your pants, start treating women like fucking women, like human beings. Stop using like sex dolls, please. Because you're hurting society. You're killing all of us. You're going to doom everybody. And we got to blame our forefathers because they had it good. These motherfuckers had it good. Marriage was harder back then for them, and then they had the wife situation. But the girlfriend situation was a much better situation. That's why they told the stories, you got to keep you in rotation, get you a player. No, nigga. Don't listen to that bad shit. Go find you a nice girl that chooses up on you, and you fucking build a life with her, and you fucking have a great life. But this rotation shit, this infinite internal bachelor life, it has to stop, man. Especially when you're younger guys, when you're 20, you're starting to reach your powers. Go get you a girl. Draw into a new source of power. Learn about yourself, because a woman and a wife will force you to learn discipline. Force you to learn how to be a better person. And that's what most of you niggas need to be. You guys need to take on more responsibility. Not enough niggas are taking on responsibility. And that's partly why we got the Great Booty Depression in 2030. And third, if you guys have ever been on any of these dating apps, there is a ridiculous dating standard. The dating standard is so fucking crazy. Chicks need a 6'5" nigga who has a six-pack. He's making $600,000. And he can fly around the world, take on international trips and all those types of shit. Just for a date. Just for a date. And you know why that's occurring? Because women are trying to price themselves out of the dating market because they want to get married. They're fucking tired of dating. Dating is a fucking horrible experience. For anybody who's actually been out dating, it's fucking horrible. I don't know why people lie and try to make it cool. Oh, I got her number and we're going on a date. No, dates are reserved for your wife. Your wife earns dates. These random girls you just go and meet on these fucking apps and shit, that's not a date. That is an extortion of loose prostitution. That's what most of you niggas is going through. Like these guys that say, oh, we're going 50-50 on the date. Brother, why even go on the date then? Listen, you should be able to just, if a girl really fucking likes you, Even if you just take a walk around the park for 15, 20 minutes, that's a much better experience to her as opposed to you guys going to fucking a 5-star restaurant, getting her lobster and all this other shit. Because it's not where she wants to be. And she's going to take it to the guy she really likes anyway, who's also a piece of shit because he won't marry her. And so all you do is just basically get yourself extorted in the dating market. And that's what women are trying to do. They're trying to extort you. That is the purpose of the date. The purpose of the date is to extort you so you no longer want to go date. But a lot of guys not getting the message. A lot of guys like, well, fuck it, I'll spend more money. I'm going to go on my date. I'm going to get my date so I can take these pictures and show it on Twitter and Instagram to show that I'm a cool guy. I'm a player. Stop listening to these old niggas that fucking gave up. See, and that's another big problem we got going on. There's a lot of 30, 40-year-old niggas who are still trying to live like they're fucking bachelors. Listen, brother, the boat done missed. When you start to get to your older age, 30, 40, you should not be partying like a high school guy. You should not be in the clubs. You should not be out trying to still date. You should probably find you someone. And a lot of guys don't want to admit that the reason they go and do all these dates at 30 and 40 later in the game is because they got a lot more money. So they try to, it's basically tricking. So they got way more purchasing power to be able to buy these girls time as opposed to a young guy who's in his 20s who can't afford to fucking go out on dates. Oh my God, camera's too hot. Yeah, so most young dudes, they can't afford to go on these dates. So, like, it's kind of ridiculous, the dating standard. So it's only made out for, like, the richest of the richest guys. But even then, women are starting to price them out. They all want the Andrew Tates, they want these ball players. So now what we're starting to realize is, okay, there has to be some kind of corrective course. So if dating is so outlandish, the only logical way to go at this point is pretty much marriage or celibacy. And that's essentially what we're going to in the Great Depression, the Great Booty Depression of 2030. There will be no more booty. No more free booty will be available for men. You will either have to marry her or she will basically say, no, my self-respect is so much higher because I've seen the damage that has happened to these girls that have been basically going out there catching bodies. And I want no parts of it. And this is why we start to see the rise of what I would call the gay boyfriend epidemic. So if you ever go out in the public and you just walk around the grocery stores and shit like that, what you'll come to find is a lot of girls that are just attractive girls are dating just straight dweebs. Like just dweebs. The guys you look at, you say, what the fuck? Why are they even together? And what I've realized is those guys don't require sex. Those are essentially human dogs, is what I call them. The male dog situation. And so what a lot of women have realized is, wait, I could just go get a fucking gay guy or a guy who's not super masculine who'll just let me do whatever he wants to do. And I still have the marriage. I still have the benefit of the relationship, except for I don't have to fuck him. And he basically worships me and he helps build my self-esteem because all he does is worship me. But he's a fucking loser. And he sounds as a great placeholder until a real one comes across my eye and then I can go to him. But until then, I just basically leech him from all his money, then get the money to the guy I like. And see, this is what's going to happen. You're going to see more and more of this because what it is a giant cry for help. See, human beings are just all organisms. They communicate in two fashions. Everything's either a cry for help or a loving response. And so what you come to find out is clearly women are not feeling the love because a lot of you niggas are not loving women. You guys, first of all, most of you niggas don't even know what love is. And I got another video that the lessons of love. There's 10 principles of love that you have to understand if you want to be able to guide your girl through a relationship. And you got to learn all 10 of these principles and pillars. If not, you're going to be fucked. You're going to be super fucked. You're going to have a fucking terrible relationship. But this is a giant cry for help. And I want you guys to understand that. That's why the booty's gone. You booty smoothie ass niggas, you fucking tomfoolery fuck niggas that are just fucking willy-nilly, not caring, not getting tested, just out here acting like fucking wild beasts. There will be a price to pay. There will be a price to pay. And we will all suffer unless we can correct this course. But sadly, I think so many guys have been fucking warped. And I'm not even saying through porn. I don't think it's even porn's fault about this. What has happened really is more so the lack of masculinity within just communities. There's no men to provide structure, logic, and reason for how we do things and how we navigate this world. And what we're starting to witness is the fucking destruction of the West. Because all the guys got fucking lazy. Everybody got lazy on their goddamn job. They stopped doing the maintenance work. And America's like a giant ass fucking car or vehicle or machine. And if there's no men working on the machine, there's no maintenance being done, guess what happens? The fucking machine breaks down. And that's what we're starting to see, the breakdown of our civilization. And currently, at least in my estimation, I'm trying. I'm fighting a good fight. I'm going to be a light, but I think we're already doomed for the destruction of 2030. But there will be a rebound. I'll talk about the rebound in 2040, the golden age of the modern civilization. I think that is what we're going to steer into in 2040. But as far as 2030 is concerned, the economy is the least of your worries. Because niggas is finna be sad and down bad. And I recommend now, brothers, this is your time to go get a wife. Because there's still a few shorties that got their minds right there trying to get right with God. Or trying to get right with a man and live out prosperity. But by the time 2030 hits, women are going to say, no, we're not doing marriage. I'd rather just die alone and die out. And that's what we're going to be facing. We're going to face the great collapse of our population, because a lot of these guys, the guys that are having kids, the women that are having kids with these guys are typically dweebs, are basically price babies or cash babies. Or they are like bastard babies from like guys that just had a one night stand and left the baby with the fucking mom, and the mom's got to go get a simp. And that's basically what we're looking at, brothers. So this is our fault. Once again, men, it's always our fault. Don't ever blame women. Always man fault. Listen, God put man above his woman. And man is supposed to lead the woman and protect her and provide structure so she cannot harm herself. And you niggas decided to be sleeping on the job, and now we all got to suffer. So suffer, niggas. Suffer.